Hello Virgo, and welcome to the weekly love reading for couples from the 27th of February until the 6th of March. Now Virgo, I've pre-shuffled your cards. I'm ready to go with your reading. Quick astrological update. We do have Mercury, invention of a word, Mercury going retrograde on the 5th or the 6th of the month, depending on where you're located in the world. We also have a new moon coming up in Pisces. But Mercury I want to touch upon because you're going to feel this energy heavily. It is, Mercury is the ruler of your sign. Whenever it goes retrograde, you feel that pull. So, you know, things will go a little bit haywire in terms of communication and your business relations. It's not the best time to sign any new contracts. Really try and stay away from that if you can. Also not the best time to buy anything from an electronic point of view or travel, okay? So people often think about Mercury retrograde and they go, oh, that's the time period, so I need to avoid it. But it's got a shadow period on either side. So now is the time to kind of try and just be wary of your energy, okay? Now I'm going to get struck into your reading because a lot of messages are coming through and I'm getting tongue-tied. At the bottom of the deck, you have the card of Judgment. Judgment speaks often about a reconciliation. What's interesting is that it's following that you have the Three of Swords. So I did get from your last reading, if I remember correctly, sudden changes. So for some of you, maybe you did have a disagreement. For some of you, potentially, you could have broken up and taken some space. But this is the card of like coming back together again, of kind of reconciliation. And you also have the Ace of Cups here. So I feel like if you did have a little bit of space for the past week because someone was speaking their truth and you've kind of come back together again. And I say that because you're coming up trumps in your card. You've got the card of the Alien, which is the Hermit in traditional tarot, coupled with the Emperor. So for me, it's kind of showing me that you're coming up very strong in your element. It could be that you are the boss, you're a leader, you could have your own business, company, and you need to make all the decisions. And if that is the case, then I feel like you're quite tired, Virgo, because you have the 10 of Wands underneath it. It's like you feel like you always have to carry the weight and you're always doing the one of being the protector and keeping it together. This is not true, Virgo. This is just what you're projecting out into the world, okay? Half of the time, because you are so caring, you take that responsibility on yourself. You take the responsibility on to try and do everything because, you know, the shadow side of your sign and the flip side of your sign is perfectionism. So half the time it's like, oh, I'll do it because it'll be done in the right way, or, you know, it'll be done in the most logical way. And 9 times out of 10 you are correct, but that doesn't mean that's the only way, okay? There's more. What's the old stupid saying? There's more than one way to skin a cat. God, I hate that saying. But that's, you know, at its basic form, there's more than one way to do something, Virgo, and sometimes you need to understand you can't do everything. It's not that you physically aren't able, it's just that you can't do everything at once. Ace of Cups and Three of Cups is the combination that you have, the energy that you, as you're coming kind of like into the weekend or as you're going past it. And I really see this being quite beautiful because it's like a resurrection when it comes to whatever the tiff has been, whatever the distance has been, whatever the sudden change was for you. And it could have happened after that full moon because it was in your sign at 1 degree of Virgo. This year is all about love for you, okay? It's all about finding the balance and the harmony. I don't normally kind of pick up on this energy, but I can see it here in a little bit of the reading. Maybe, Virgo, there's not only you and your partner in your connection. Maybe you have an ex-partner that you have a child with, or maybe your partner has an ex that they have a child with, but I'm getting children energy coming up because at the base of this, I do have the Princess of Swords, so a younger air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, could be a child of yours or your partner's. And I just feel like at the moment you're in this kind of energy of feeling like I just can't seem to please everyone. It's a little bit of melancholy. So obviously the 4 precedes the 5, right? The 4 goes into the 5 of Cups, and the 5 can speak about depression. And in this card they illustrate it. See the background of the blue, it's kind of coming down and shadowing as you get to like this person who's sitting there, head in hands, heart ripped out, just going, how do I make this work? And how you do that, Virgo, is you take a step back, particularly in this time period, because your communication is going to be haywire and what you mean to say is going to come across in a very different way. You admit that you can't keep juggling everything. 2 of Pentacles in the upright shows me someone who's juggling everything but keeping it going. In the reverse shows me, yeah, you've dropped something because, you know, you're human and it's just not stable. If this is resonating with you, then what I would advise you to do is just be very honest with your partner about what you're doing and what you're taking on. If it's from work and you're just stressed from work, then just say, I'm really stressed from work. Let it go. You know, talk to the person that loves you and tell them what you're carrying, what the burden is that you're carrying on your shoulders, particularly if you are a leader in a business and you keep it all to yourself, because it's hard, right? There's no one else you can go talk to and bounce it off. You're the decision maker. Everything stops with you. You've got to keep everything going. Even if you don't have a business, or you're just very senior at work and a senior leader, or maybe you're just the parent that keeps the household running, whatever it is for you, you need to speak up, Virgo, because you can't maintain that status quo, and you are, as you go into next week, something's going to give. May I please have an additional guidance card for Virgo, please? 1 card for Virgo in love, Virgo couples in love for this week ahead. Please show me. Thank you so much, Eddie. There it is. Okay, you got 2. Oof, interesting. One's come to the edge, which is very much kind of symbolic of this. And the other one is happy, happy. It's joyful. How I read this, normally I would read them as 2 separate energies and say one's a message for one group of Virgos, one's for the other. But what I feel like truly is that this needs to happen first before you can get to this kind of like rainbows, lollipops, kind of on the edge of the world type thing. Let me read for you the meanings. So come to the edge is all about courage, taking a leap of faith, right? And this is what I was talking about before, about speaking your truth. It's scary to be truly intimate with someone, to allow him or her to see all of you, especially the parts that you've kept hidden and protected. Now is the time to take that risk and let yourself be seen, truly seen. It's important that you speak up, voice what you need, state who you are, and say what you hope for. This is not the time to play it safe, but to take a leap of faith. You will be glad you did. If you're seeking a relationship, the same applies. Take 1 step towards the gods and they will deliver what you truly desire. This is exactly what I was saying. It's like, you know, taking that leap of going to the edge and communicating how you feel and just saying, you know, where you're at in terms of everything. Because I can see the exhaustion. You know, you've got 10 of Wands, you've got 4 of Cups. And, you know, trying to balance everything is not always easy. Honesty, okay? Be really honest. And as soon as you do, this is how you're going to feel, Virgo. So, you know, it's not a hard decision to make. I want to feel like this, right? Joy, contentment, happiness, fulfillment, just feeling that elation kind of feeling, right? There are moments in a relationship when you just feel good about whom you're with and know that your heart is wide open. To befriend, to love, and to care for another without wanting anything in return. This is the kind of happy that you just want to share. The appearance of this card in a reading tells you that joy and contentment are here now, not somewhere else or off in the future. The grass is greenest right where you stand. Be grateful and delight in your relationship, and if you're seeking one, be happy now, as happiness attracts more of it like bees to honey. There you go, Virgo. That was your reading for this week. I hope you found it helpful. If you did, please hit the like button and I'll be back with you next week. Take care.